Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to the Creative Escape. So this morning we're going to make a fun fold. Some of you may have already done this before. Others, this might be new to you. It definitely was new to me. I know it's kind of an old technique, but I had never tried it before. And so I'm excited to share it with you to remind you of this neat fold or to, you know, let's give it a try. It's not too bad. And so I'm going to have some different ways that we can switch it up with different sets so that you can use this technique with the items that you already have at your home. But of course, everything that I use here today is available for purchase through Stampin' Up! And I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here and in Canada. So if you need any of these items, I'd be more than happy to help you out with that. As Kathy has already done, she has texted hi. So make sure when you pop on, you say hello. And otherwise, I don't know you're on because the program I use, no clue. It's a little different than the Facebook Live program. So thank you, Kathy, for saying hello. And if you're so inclined, thank you for sharing this video with your friends and on Facebook. And you never know who might like to get into this card making. You know, it's a good one. It's a good one, I promise. So good morning, Kathy. How was your weekend? Mine was kind of busy. That time change sure throws you off. Did you get a time change, Kathy? Whew. It's crazy how 1 hour difference can throw you right off. My lips are dry already. Welcome to the mountains, hey? All right, so I am actually going to jump right in and get rolling. So today we're going to make a waterfall card. Oh, I know, how cool is that? Hi, Pat. Aw, thanks, Pat. It is so nice to be back. I know I had... Planning for a retreat is apparently a lot of work. And so, yes, it's been about a month that I have been prepping for the Manitoba retreat, and I had the best time, and I've had so many comments and happy thoughts about the event, and it was a success. So I'm happy that even though it took a ton of work, I had a great time. So, but I am back, happy to be back to kind of, a routine now, and happy to see all of you because I know I've missed you all. Yes, we have that dumb time change, yes. Ooh, it's crazy, hey? All right, let me switch your screen here. So here is a waterfall card. Give me some hearts if you have made a waterfall card already, because I had never done it. So maybe there's other people out there like me. So a waterfall card, check this out. So I used that, what is called Little Ladybug stamp set. I liked it because it has multiple versions of the same sort of thing. Because on the waterfall card, you kind of, I don't know, you kind of want coordinating things, right? So you end up pulling this tab here, and it just changes and changes and changes. Isn't that cool? Now, I had seen different versions online. I checked, I was looking for something to do today. Oh, sheesh. Sometimes it gets a little stuck. And I like this one because it had this small little piece here and a larger piece here. Others were all the same size. I've never made a waterfall card. Awesome, yay! So a new idea for you. So that's why I chose this one, because it has those different measurements at the end there. Now, a lot of them also just use the one piece for the card base, and they just flip it over and put a piece of white, and that is where you write. But I decided to change it a little bit, and let's make it into an actual kind of card. That way I didn't have to, but you could, keep this last part to write on. Oh, so many options, right? Have you made this before, Amy? Hi, Mary Ellen. Nice to see you from Montana. Nice, nice. So yes, I was excited about this. I'm just, you know, you keep wanting to pull it because it's so exciting. So this was my little first version of a waterfall card. I will cherish it forever. And then but I didn't love the coloring. It's not my favorite color. So I decided to switch it up, and I wanted to change it even more, right? But I stuck with that little ladybug set, but kind of changed up the coloring this time. Hi Martine, hi Sonia, nice to see you. I made one at my uplines class, awesome. Okay, so the measurements for these pieces will be on my blog later today. Also, let's show it to you right now actually. Let's do that. Let's get this screen out of the way. Boo, this one. Okay, if you want to write this down now, go for it. If not, feel free to wait till later, and I will have it on my blog, and a link will be to it so that you can check it out. Hello, Darcy. Welcome. Lori, hello. I don't think I've met you before. Nice to see you. And Karma and Julie. Awesome. Oh, thanks for sharing, Julie. That's so nice. Awesome. Okay, so our card base, if you choose it this way, is 4 1/4 by 11, and I folded that in half. Second, I need a little piece of cardstock that is 1 by 4. Another piece of cardstock that is 2 by 3 1/4 by 8 5/8, and then this gets some scoring done. It's scored at 1 3/4 inch, 2 1/2, 3 1/4, and 4. If you choose to use an insert layer or a layer on the back of the card to write on, it will be measured at 4 by 5 1/4. You'll need some light cardstock to stamp your images on. I chose Whisper White. You'll need 3 pieces of 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and 1 piece. Sorry, where am I here? Lost my. 1 piece of 2 1/4 and 1 1/4, and 1 piece of 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Those are those different kind of size measurements there. Then we have 2 cardstock colors, if you choose, to kind of border the main stamped image, I suppose. So the first color, if you choose, you would do 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, and then you would do one at 2 1/2 by 1 1/2. Then a second cardstock piece, cardstock color, you'll need 2 pieces of 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, and 1 piece of 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And of course you'll need a stamp set. I think, I don't know, it works easier, but I've seen it done differently, and I'll show you kind of when I get going. But a stamp set that has multiple kind of pieces that all kind of coordinate and different, quite a few sayings that you can kind of choose for each layer. You'll need coordinating ink, of course. Tear and tape is, I think, a must. You kind of want your things to stick permanently and not fall apart. So that I found worked really well. And of course, to get those score lines and all these pieces cut up nicely, you need a Stampin' Trimmer. So there we go. I'll switch back to this, and like I said, if there we go. If you missed those measurements, or you want to write them down a little more fully, of course they will be on my blog later on today. Okay, so here we go. I have my card base. Weird colors, I know. Hello, Kathy, waiting for the dentist. Oh. My teeth hurt just thinking about it. Yikes. Oh dear. Well, I hope it goes well for you, and I hope it's not a huge bill. Because that's always hurtful too, right? Or your purse hurts and your teeth hurt. All right, so I'm using Rich Razzleberry. I know, kind of changed things up. And of course, this is some of my beautiful poppy paper. And I'm going to use this portion as kind of the, you know what, I don't think I put that on there, the DSP layer. Okay, so a DSP layer will be at 4 by 5 1/4. And then here's my little 1 inch by 4 inch piece. It's another rich razzleberry. And then my big mechanism that I'm going to use here to pull with, I'm using Calypso Coral. I won't be able to watch the whole live as I'm going to friends for a crafty day. Oh, fun. Aw, I'm jealous. And then I have all my little Whisper White pieces already cut and colored. But what a crazy. I'm lucky my dentist is my daughter-in-law. Oh, how nice is that? Hi, Michelle. Just stopping by during your lunch break. I'll have to watch the replay. No problem. Hi, Natasha. You made it. Yes. So what a bizarre color combo. But I thought, you know, let's just make it different. Calypso, Pool Party, Rich Razzleberry. So these are all my little pieces. And actually for, I had mentioned before that you can use 2 different colors of the layers around. This one I chose to just do all one color. So we'll see how it turns out. I don't know, I haven't pre-made this. So we will just run with it and see how it rolls. So my first step is to, let's attach this DSP to the card base. Oh, this side looks beautiful too. It's hard when DSP is like beautiful on both sides, isn't it? Decisions. Hi, Kathy. Oh, yes, that darn time change. We were talking about that. Sure crazy how it just throws you right off. Okay? And I think while we're gluing pieces, I think I'm going to glue all these onto their layers and get that done with. Okay, so here I've got my Pool Party. I already stamped these little ladybugs. I think they're so cute. So I'm just going to attach them to make it just like a little border around it. And these ones will all be the same. I made this grass, by the way. My Stampin' Blend, water, I call it the watercolor, the painting tip kind of, the brush tip is very, I think I used it a little too rough on my rhinestones. And so of course it's, should I show you? It's pretty frayed. So, so it makes good grass. So if you just bloop, 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 all over the place, it kind of makes great grass. So don't throw out those frayed ones. The colors look good together. Thank you. Yeah, who knows? Who knew, right? Just throw them together and go for it. At some point, my goal is to actually have, just like I have, oh, Mail It Out Mondays on, should be on right now, but just like I have a kind of a spinner that picks the lucky number of the week, I kind of want to do that for colors and just go with it and have a color challenge. So this week, you know, I'd spin the spinner and you might get some bizarre colors like, you know, Mary Merlot, Pacific Point, and Rococo Rose, and you see what we can come up with. Who knows, right? Just need more time in my day and I will be able to do that. Okay, so our last one is a little bit bigger, so that of course fits on the bigger piece of Pool Party, like so. Okay, we've all glued those up, and I think we can kind of get assembling now. All right. Tear and tape. So this little piece of 1x4 is actually going to go across the card base. However, you're only going to put tear and tape on the ends. So just right at the end there, give it a good burnish. Oh, I see this is running out. I have another one here. Enough. That's okay. All done. Good girl. Good quiet. Good quiet. Good goody. Okay, so just at the ends, I'm going to tuck those little end pieces in so they don't make a mess of my card or stick to the envelope, right? And just kind of bottom third-ish, just lay it across there. It should line up with the edges of that DSP. Give it a good squish there. And then we're going to move on to this long piece. Now, it was measured at, what was it, 2 3/4 by 8 5/8. Then I scored it at 1 3/4, 2 1/2, 3 1/4, and 4. Okay, and so that's going to help us make this waterfall business. But before I get to that, I'm actually going to put a fun, this is, what was it called? Scalloped tag topper. And it's on page 186 in the annual catalog. I hadn't used it yet. Hello, Teresa. Nice to see you. Trying watch with Nathan, 2-year-old Grants. Oh, good luck with that. Oh, dear. So the side that doesn't have the scoring, I'm going to put into this. Now you have to slide it in quite far because, and give it a good a push because it is wider than the normal, I guess, allowance. And a main part is to make sure that it's lined up right along the bottom there, so it's pushed in right to the bottom. So this measurement of paper has included kind of a little bit of extra, an extra for this punch, I suppose. Okay, so is it lined up even on these sides, lined up along the bottom, so I can punch there. Take it out. I just think it adds a neat little bit to it. Another way you can do this is to punch a circle here at the bottom, and it kind of gives you the illusion that you have to pull, right? Or you can add a little piece of ribbon to kind of encourage your person to pull it. Okay, so now these pieces, of course, I don't really want, so I'm just going to cut them off like so. Does anyone do bookmarks? I need to give that a whirl. Maybe that's going to be in next Monday's event. I don't know. Okay, so what you end up doing is sliding this underneath that piece of that goes across. Okay, and now I'm going to fold these little pieces. And so they kind of, they're going to move, right? So this is inside this piece here. We're going to put some tear and tape right along the top of this one. Now I'm assuming, yeah, that's not going to, let's get out my new one here. Take just a little bit off. It was kind of hanging and it might not be so sticky. Okay. Good old tear and tape. Let's go with that pig. And of course, if it runs over the side, it's okay. It's probably better to have it run over the side than not quite be enough. You can always flip the glue back inside, but give it a little push. You can use your bone folder if you choose. And let's take this off. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this, the last score line is where you're going to fold it, and you want to put the edge of this to the edge of the little piece here of rich raspberry, and of course you want it centered, so try and be aware of how much space is on this side, how much space is on this side, and go for it. Give it a squish like so. Oh, I have made many bookmarks, but still have a bunch as I don't know anyone who reads actual books anymore. True enough, right? Everyone reads their iPads now. Bookmarks, yes, I love reading. Oh, good. I'd always use my receipt. Oh, from the book I buy as my book. Don't you? I do that too. I read real books. I love to hold a book in my hands. I agree. I love making bookmarks. I love reading real books. Yes, there's just something about a real book, right? Okay, so see how that works? And then we're just going to pull, and it's going to make that come in and out. Okay, here we are. Let's start here by, did I do that right? I think I did. So this one's going to go here, a big large one. Put that on with the snail. And just center it. So it's kind of cool that it has, actually gets kind of like two borders, right? The orange, the Calypso Coral, and the pool party, which is kind of fun. Okay, so now this one is going to just get glued. This is this little piece. And I see I've got a snail. I'm just going to give it a little push because I don't want these waterfall layers getting all smushed together and not opening well. Okay, so now we get to start kind of playing here. Come on. There we go. So our next one, so we're working backwards basically. So just push so that you have this section available. Which one should I think I'm going to do this one. Okay, now the key with these ones that are all the same size is you're only going to be putting glue on the top portion. I want this one first, second, and this one will go now. Okay, so flipping it over, and I'm just putting the tear and tape onto the top of this square. Burnish. There we go. Ah, goodness. Too vigorous. Hi, Anne. I don't think I've met you. Welcome. Where are you from, Anne? Oh, morning. This looks cool. So I will have to watch the replay to get the first part. It's a waterfall card, Karen. I'm sure you've made many. You're like Miss Origami. So I'm sure you've done this before, but I had never made one of these. And I saw one and I thought, oh, I got to try this. So there we go. So you're kind of wanting to line up along the top, leaving a border, and kind of making sure that this is lined up with this one. If that makes sense. They're all kind of lined up nicely. Oh yes, and I did look into I did look into the closed captioned, and I couldn't see how. I need to ask some more people. I'm working on it. Okay, then this one over at the top. Okay, if anybody knows how to do that, please let me know. Text me, message me something, because I do want to incorporate that. Okay, so this one is going, I don't know if you noticed, but I pushed it up, or pulled down, I suppose, one more time, and gluing along the top. See, again, just try and get those all nice and even. I kind of like all the same color. The ones that I'm going to be doing next, they're different colors. So you'll see the difference on how to do that. But so yes, I'm pushing up one more time. This is our going to be our first layer of our waterfall card. Ooh, make sure I got this right here. Yeah. I really liked this stamp set because there's so many different ladybug stamps. But I have seen people where there isn't a bunch of stamps that are the same. They, stamped on an angle on one, they stamped straight up and down, they stamped, and so that was a way they kind of got around switching it up a little bit without having more than one stamp to, you gotta, okay, enjoy there. Oh, have fun there, Amy. I'm jealous. That was a way they got around not having a, ooh, let's tuck this, not having a bunch of different items with similar ideas. Okay, so here we go. I think we're ready. Never did it, but very interested to try. Okay, so here we're gonna pull. So, hey lady, you're so sweet. Happy birthday. Spread your wings and fly. So there is a little bit of room that I could write something to so-and-so from Lolly Law if you wanted, or you could just leave it. Now, until this kind of gets used to being in and out, you just kind of have to play with it, but isn't that fun? I just think it's so neat. And voila. This will be so much easier working from the bottom. I could never get things lined up neatly working the other way. Okay, what call is I can search by Google? Yes, I did try Google. I need to ask somebody. I'm not very technologically advanced. Let's just put it that way. So I do have a piece of Whisper White that I will put inside, and just like this one, later on I'll stamp one on the inside. Okay, so I will stamp one there later on, and of course decorate the envelope. But what do you think of those colors? They kind of work, don't they? You haven't done a waterfall card in years. Awesome. Oh, I love it. So there we go. Rich Razzleberry, Calypso Coral, and Pool Party for a ladybug. Just a little different, but I kind of like it. Very cool. All right, so that is one example. Let's go on to a different example. And I'm using this one because I know my friend Lisa Deer is going to be using this set in an upcoming online class. Her class is going to be on the 30th with the Best Dressed set. And of course, there's lots of fun items with that one. So this one, you know, I thought, let's showcase the shoes. I am so not a shoe person. If I have to get a pair of shoes, they are granny shoes and, you know, have orthotics and they have no heel. And, you know, but there are people out there I know that love shoes. So this, I think, would be an amazing card for them. So we are going to use the Dress to Impress stamp set. Of course, there's the shoe, and I'll show you a little trick here, which I need to get. I didn't get out my washi that I was supposed to. Oh, I know a different way that I could do it. So we're going to use this, and the cool paper, which I forget what it's called, that kind of coordinates with the Dress to Impress set. So here we are. I've got my Whisper White, the thick one. Gonna have to try this today. Awesome. Whisper White. And then I have a piece of DSP, which is 4 by 5 1/4, the normal size. So let's just glue that down right now. Oh, I like the flowers. So I couldn't resist. So while I was doing this card, I was flipping through all the beautiful paper. So our next card is going to be more the flower side. Okay. It's just so pretty. So if you're not into, you know, the makeup and the shoes and those kind of girly things, but I'm sure you love flowers. And so the paper is great for everybody. So let's just glue that piece down. Now this one, I thought, okay, instead of a piece of cardstock, I want to try the DSP as the little holder. The husband called and I missed the end of the waterfall card. Now I have to watch replay. Do you want me to show you quick? So, hey lady, you're so sweet. Happy birthday. Spread your wings and fly. Darn husbands, right? They get in the way. Oh dear. And then just for the inside, I'm going to put a piece of Whisper White and stamp one of the little ladybugs in there. But I'll leave that for later. All right, so this one, like I say, I'm gonna try it with the DSP as opposed to a piece of cardstock. Won't know till we try, right? Because I really kind of like that other shoe pattern, so I kind of want to showcase that as well. There again, it's a little too long, that tear tape, but it's so okay. It's better to be long than too short. Give it a little squish. Pull it off. And just tuck it back into your paper. All right, so about a third up from the bottom is where you're going to glue this. Okay, and it looks like, I don't know, got glue on here or what that is. Yes, it looks like. I'm going to get out my eraser. Sorry guys, I'm going to shake the camera. Might as well get that off now, otherwise it's going to be all over everything. There, that's better. So it's going to line up right along with your DSP, just on the outsides of that strip. Okay, now here are all the little pieces that I was thinking about. So here again, this is kind of where we're going to choose two different colors of border colors as opposed to just one. And here are my pieces of Whisper White that we need to stamp on. Okay, so for the first one, I thought I'm going to put, hey, hello, fabulous. I think it just kind of works, doesn't it? I love the flower side of that band, right? Hello, Janet. Nice to see you. That's great. Okay, so hello, fabulous. I think let's go with, you know, I don't have lovely lipstick. Melon Mambo is pretty darn close. Mint macaron, I don't know if I want to use that as the main part. I could do Pretty Peacock. Let's go Melon Mambo and just be done with it. Okay. Hello, fabulous. Don't you hear that all the time? Okay. Hello, fabulous. Okay, now there is a kind of a swoosh stamp with this, and I think I'm going to stamp over top of it with that, just to give it a little something. Now I'm using Blushing Bride as one of my layers, so I think I'm going to use that as the little smoosh behind. Let's see how dark it is. I think the dark could go. Hello, fabulous. Okay, now I think it needs, let's get some polka dots. We could do petal pink. Let's get some mint macaron. Oh, my Lanta. This is what happens when you have retreats. Yowzers. White embossing powder in there. Okay, I will breathe. I made these years ago. Awesome. I love the flowers. Yes, I read that part. Yes. Hi, Evelyn. No worries, no worries. Okay, so I'm just going to ink up, hopefully this works, these little green mint macaron dots. And let's just add them to our card here, the card little front, just to add some whimsy. Oh, I didn't turn that right. I'm going to get my blender pen, because those two didn't work so nice. And let's see, do I have, let me just go in and kind of color them in. And hopefully no one will know. You won't tell, right? Okay. That's kind of cute. Hello, fabulous. Okay, then on the next layer, I wanted to put now instead of be as bold as your lipstick, I want to put shoes. So, in order to get rid of lipstick, what I often use is washi tape, but I don't have any with me right at the moment. But I do have, you can use masking tape as well, or sticky notes are gonna have to work. It's just that washi can kind of be a little more flexible, I suppose. Better late than never. Hello, Lisa. Let's just put a sticky note over top of lipstick. Now, what color should I use for this? Be as bold as your... I think we need to keep going with Melon Mambo. Okay, so this is covering lipstick so that you for sure don't get any on that word. So before you stamp, you take this part off because you don't want that on your card. And let's try and get this sort of centered. Be as bold as your... Now I think I'm going to do the exact same thing as what we did with Hello Fabulous. So my Blushing Bride. Right over top. And let's add those little dots of mint macaron. How's work, Lisa? Crisis almost averted. So how was everyone's weekend? Were you busy? I'll try and cover that one up. There we go. When we moved into this condo, we kind of just threw everything in our storage locker. We didn't really organize it when we put it away. And so since we were in Manitoba, we ended up bringing a few more things back because our plan is to settle there. So we're trying to get rid of a few things each time we head back to Manitoba. So anyways, we cleaned out the storage locker yesterday. Got that done. We brought back one of our metal racks that we used to use for our plants and put it in the storage locker so that our totes can sit nice and organized looking. Okay, let's just add, I just think it needs a little there. All right, that layer is done. Now I almost wonder, should I put, yes, gonna get out my blender pen. Be as bold as your, and then it just stops, right? So should I put the 3 little dots? I think I should. So it knows that something else is coming. Work is busy. Uh-oh. Oh, 6, I guess it's Monday, hey? 1, 2. Now, if you had a Stampin' Write marker that matched, that would work well too, wouldn't it? Or, I don't think they have Melon Mambo as a Stampin' Blend. So we're going to use our blender pen. Worked okay, didn't it? Hello, fabulous. Be as bold as your. Now, what I was going to use for this next one was the shoes. The picture of the shoes. Okay, and then on this little piece, there's this saying, life is short, buy the shoes. Right? Let's put that on there. So I think we're going to stick with that Melon Mambo. Now, what do you think? Here's the shoe. Should I stamp some shoes in the background in Blushing Bride, or should I just leave this layer alone? I don't know. Because we still have this layer to go here. So we, of course, need to put this shoe here. Let's make 2 shoes. Let's show you how to do this. So, I'm going to use my Memento Basic the black. I'm going to stamp on a sticky note. Let that dry for a second, because sticky note paper doesn't dry exactly as quick. It doesn't dry as quick as our cardstock. So here I'm going to put a little shoe onto our piece. All right. I think I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm going to try that again. There's little bits of something here. Let's just get out my Simply Chamois. Water for All card size is 5.5 by 4 1/4. Yes, or 11. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Shoe. There. That's better. Now, this shoe that I stamped on my sticky note is going to be like a little mask. So I'm going to cut it out just on the other side of the black line. Try to not cut on the black line, just on the other side. And in fact, you probably don't need to go, well, yeah, I guess you do, because you're going to need the heel. I was thinking maybe you didn't need to cut out the bottom portion, but I think you do. Okay. Good old fussy cutting. This would be where that sticky note paper that Lisa uses, the full sheet of sticky paper, would come in handy. I just have the cheapo stuff. Okay, so we're just going to place that over top of our existing shoe, and let's get our shoe stamp. And, oh yeah, okay. And just stamp right over top. And it'll look like a shoe that's kind of behind the other shoe, if that makes sense. Let me peel this off. And look at that! We have 2 shoes. I should keep this for in case I do another one like this. Okay, so now I think we should color this in. I think I'm gonna have to use the lens, or the blender pen, because I don't have, or we could do, I do have mint macaron. Let's do that. We don't have melon mambo as a color, so okay, let's get the dark version right under there, and kind of the dark here on the inside. Dark along here. I suppose a dark one there. All right, and then I'll go over top with the light version to kind of blend those in. I think low, this color. So weird how the paintbrush end can be masking is such an amazing effect, right? I know, so cool. It's so weird how one end of the marker can be dried out a little bit and the other end is totally fine. I don't know. And I do lay them flat, so who knows. So I need to put this one on my list. Get another one. Okay. We've lasted a long time and through lots of classes and things, so. Okay, there's our shoes. Now, what should we put? Life is short by the shoes. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. Sorry, I was gonna glue this on here. And then we can stamp that Life is short by the shoes right there. You know, I just worked on this all morning. You'd think I'd remember from like an hour ago. There we are. Now, let's get out this Life is short by the shoes. And I think to keep consistent, let's just go with that Blushing Bride. Swooshed. There is another that's a little longer and thinner. I suppose I could use that on there. But I think I want it a little bigger to fill up some of the space. So Blushing Bride. And let's use that Mint Macaron, those little dots, just to keep it kind of all the same. Can I squeeze in there? I think I can. There. We need one on that kind of on the edge here. Just same with here. There. Cute. All right, so now we can get gluing this all together. I have to remember how this goes. So this is a bottom, this is that, this, just so I remember which order it goes in. Okay, I'm gonna glue this onto here with my good old snail. And this layer is gonna go onto there. So instead of Whisper White on this one, I'm actually just using the USP in hopes they get the message that be as bold as your shoes. This goes on here. And hello, fabulous. Okay, those are all glued up, ready to roll. Now let's work on this piece. So once again, it's going to be scored, and then whichever end the scoring is not, is where we're gonna put this scallop tag punch. So it just fits inside. I have to give it quite a little bit of a push because it's not meant to be this size, the paper. So So you want to make it same on both sides here and pushed all the way to the bottom here. And then you can put, let's try that again here, just wait. Do it again. Just make sure. There we go. And once again, these little tags. Will you put the measurements up right after? I think I'm going to try this card. It's so neat. Yes, I'm going to put a link to my blog, which will have the measurements. Because yes, there are a long list. Okay, and I did forget one about the DSP, so that'll work out okay. Okay, so now we're gonna slide this underneath. Okay, and then let's fold along our score lines. Of course, you can use your bone folder as opposed to your nails. It does work well. And now we're going to fold along the very last score line. Okay. This side, the very top, we're going to put a piece of tear and tape. Rub. That's a little long. Oh well. Hold it back. Now, once again, you want this to be about the same on both sides. So try and center it. On the last score line, fold it, and you're going to line up this edge with the edge of that little strip that goes across. Okay, just focusing on all those things. Same on both sides, equal along the edge, and press it down. Okay, so now we're going to work backwards. So pull this all out, and we're going to glue this layer right there. These two you can use snail on the back. You don't have to use the tear and tape, but if you want to use tear and tape just to make it all, you know, so you don't forget which layer uses what, then go for it. So our next little piece, the big piece and the little piece can have snail. That's how maybe you could remember it. And all the similar sizes get the tear and tape. Okay, so now we're just going to give this a little push up one notch. Just lay it flat there. And our next one, the shoes, you're just going to put the tear and tape right along the top. The top only. And line it. So you just kind of want to leave a border. Oh, and line it up with these ones. Try and line it up nice and neat. Okay, then you're going to give it another push up. So you're ready for this next layer, which is going to be this one. Be as bold as your... I guess people will get that, right? Yes, thank you. Yes, the measurements will go on the blog later. Or if you go back and watch the replay, they are at the very beginning on a screen, but it might be easier just to see the blog post. Okay, just leaving a little bit of a border there and lining it up with the existing items. Push it up one more time. Our last one, our first one. Very cute, very cute. Just along the top, double check. Okay. Concentrating. Give it a press. All right, and we are ready to roll. You could put a little ribbon here, and that might encourage people to pull it as well, right? Hi, Carla. Nice to see you. Sneaking on from work. I won't tell. I won't tell. Okay, so pull. Do I have lovely lipstick? I don't, but I do have mint macaron ribbon. Maybe I'll try that. So hello, fabulous. Be as bold as your shoes. There's the little shoe picture, and life is short by the shoes. Cute. All right, now I gotta find a friend that adores shoes. I think I have one. And I will be sending them this card. Actually, I do know one of my downline is has a very special pair of shoes that she got. She might be the one who gets this card. And because this is Whisper White on the inside, I don't need to put another layer, but I will maybe stamp those shoes again, and just for some interest's sake. But there we go. Cool. Okay, our next one is going to go simply because we're not going to do any stamping. I am just going to use that gorgeous DSP that, you know, it's so pretty, those flowers. So let's just showcase those. I've got myself some Petal Pink as my card base. And this is also, see that fun paper? I kind of want to make a lipstick one, just like I did the shoe one. I kind of want to make, but not right now. We'll do it next. I'll do it next time. And this one, Petal Pink, on the Petal Pink. DSP. Okay, and then for my little piece that goes across, I'm going to use lovely lipstick. Tear and tape. Just on the ends. Of course, Kevin's on the phone. I'm taking probably longer than I usually do. Yes, I am. Okay. I have to take her for about an hour walk to get about 2 hours of peace with her. And I didn't do that this morning. All right, so the bottom third, where that layer's gonna go, lining up with the edges of the DSP, give it a little squish. Now here I've got, oh yes, I know. Okay, so I have chosen to use 2 different colors again, Pear Pizzazz and Petal Pink. And here are these layers, which will go on those, and this will go on this. Okay, so let's just go on this. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know. I don't know if the stamped versions will look cuter than the DSP layers or not. We shall find out. See how quickly this goes together. Definitely quick. Oh, am I still here? Hopefully still here. Got a phone call. Sometimes that kicks you out. And then these 2 little pieces are going to go on here. And our last one. Okay. Still good. Okay, thank you. Now, on this large one, I thought maybe I'm going to put a piece of Whisper White so that I can put some kind of saying on the front. I think that would look nice. Hi, no problem, Ross. I'm going to trim this down just a tad more. Oh, Indy. Indy! The Let me get out my baby shark. Right, Lisa? Oh, sheesh. I'm just going to trim it a little extra. So that paper behind, you can see it a little better. Now, what's saying? Kindness is always in style? No, I don't think so. Okay, let me think. Let's see, could we use one of these? Nope, they're too big. I'm gonna revert back to one of my favorites. These, the beautiful friendship. Let's do birthdays are the best days. And we're gonna stamp it there. And there again, I don't have lovely lipstick, so Indy, come. I know, girly, you want to come. You want to out. What color should I use? Let's go Melon Momo again. Hi, Jackie. Nice to see you. Yeah, we're doing a waterfall card. Oh, Jennifer's on too. No worries. Oh. The retreat for your honeymoon. How do you think your husband would like that? What about just little scraps? I'll play with that later. Okay, let's just add this to the front. So I've already kept you an hour. That's long enough. Oh, and then I put it on card. Go, girly, go. Is it stuck? Indy! Indy! Where's your fishy? Where's your fishy? So, get the dental floss. See how easy that works? And it doesn't rip your paper. And it doesn't make it all warpy. Birthdays are the best days. Okay, now, what do I got here? Let's see. I'll put that facing down. Okay, so let's go in with this scallop tag punch. So fancy up our little pull. So equal on both sides. Make sure it's lined up right along that bottom there. Punch. Get rid of those excess sides. Indy. Yesterday we went outside, we took the dogs outside, and we just got out the door and we're like, oh, there were elk right there. He likes sitting in the parking lots, remember? Yeah. Oh, sheesh. Well, at least he'd have a nice view here. So this slides underneath. Let's give these little score lines a fold. And tear and tape will go along this piece. Rub, rub, rub. Fold that over. Okay, there again, we're going to slide this kind of so that it's centered. And on the that last score line, and I'm going to line this bottom piece up with this piece and glue. Okay, let's start from the bottom up. So give this a pull. And the largest one goes on that largest piece. We can use snail. Of course, you can use liquid glue if you have that too. Give you a little wiggle room time. And this little portion is going to be that little piece, which, did I glue yet? Yes, I did. They're right there. Like that. and push it up one rung here. There we go. So one piece, and now we're going to go to a green. And this is kind of an easy pattern to work with. The top could be any of them. Love the trick with the dental floss, right? Yeah. That has saved me numerous pieces of paper. Oh, bud, you're all worried because Indy went outside without you, hey? That's okay, they're coming back. Okay, and just leave yourself a little white border there at the top, lining it up with these former pieces. I'll give it a little rub, push up one more level, and we're alternating colors. Just flip those inside and leave yourself a border, line it up along the sides. Press, and our first one. Push. Push that in. So we don't have a stuck waterfall. Okay. There we have it. Okay. So it's kind of pretty with just the floral colors. I'll catch the rest on replay. No worries, no worries. Some stamps leave little leaves on, yes, stamp some little leaves on the bottom. Yeah, that would work. No worries, Kathy. We're pretty much done here anyway. I think I love that idea of the little leaves. I'm gonna have to find little, well, these little guys will work from this set. Even these flowers would match nicely with this paper, actually. But I like the leaves. That's a great idea. Let's do that with our Pear Pizzazz. Birthdays are the best days, especially when people remember. Okay. Yeah. Okay, just to add a little, it looks too symmetrical for me, so I'm going to take these little dots that are in this, and it's actually going to, it'll match with the dots on that DSP. Oh, my lantern, I've got embossing powder now on my Simply Chamois. I think I will use the petal pink because I haven't really tied that in. Oh, look in here too. I need to show how to get rid of that. I'm glad I'm not the only human who makes boo-boos. There, that just kind of gives it a little. All right. And just until it kind of gets used to things, you just might have to help it along a little. Isn't that, those are so neat. I'm so glad I found those. And that's just with paper, so I didn't even stamp anything, right? So I don't mind that at all. There we go. All right, everybody. That's not what I want. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I hope that you have enjoyed this card technique as much as I have. I'm so glad that I gave a few things a try, and Indy is loving that card too. Yes, you could totally make a dog one. Have the little dog from that, oh, I forget what that set's called. I don't think I'll call it Indy. Just saying. So here's what we kind of created today. We made a lot. Lots of fun. So if you haven't given this a try, give this a try. The instructions and the measurements will be on my blog later this afternoon when I get pictures of all of them and write it all up. I would love to see what versions that you come up with. So if you make one of these, please post a picture of it, because we all learn from each other, and we'd get new color color ideas, and maybe some technique ideas that where you just use paper as opposed to stamps, yada yada. There's all sorts of ways, right? So let's have a look at that. Upcoming classes, I'm going to be doing an online class for the Artsy Zoo using So Sentimental with the In Colors. So I'm excited about that set. I really quite like it. And so we're going to have to do some fun finagling with that one. And then Lisa's doing Best Dressed on the 30th. So if you are interested in any of those, of course, you can get the card kits for free with a minimum purchase, or you can get just the card kits if you're a demo or you just want to use your own stuff. Or we are going to offer the tutorial option again, and so that will be, I have to ask Lisa. I forget how much we're charging for that. So we are going to offer that as well. So there again, if you are a demo or you just want to use your own supplies but want all the measurements for it, then we can offer that for you. So hopefully we'll get to see you at one of those classes. I will not be here Wednesday night because our lovely child has obedience class, and so we're working hard at that. I'm hoping to maybe pop on tomorrow afternoon. I'll see how quickly I can get things together for that. If not, maybe Thursday afternoon or Friday afternoon. I will try and arrange something for this in an afternoon spot sometime this week. So, all right, thanks, ladies. You guys are always so much fun. It's so glad to be back, and I'm so glad to be chit-chatting with you guys again. I have missed you tons. All right, so we will talk to you more later. Bye.